India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has secured a third term in office, but hundreds of millions of eligible voters handed his party and its allies a substantially reduced mandate. The ruling National Democratic Alliance won 293 seats, enough to win a majority, but far from its stated goal of 400 seats. And yet Modi says he was, quote, very, very happy with the results, even as India's stock market tumbled. Modi himself is also under scrutiny for his campaign tactics. He has used anti-Islamic rhetoric, calling Muslims infiltrators, and he has accused the opposition party of wanting to redistribute wealth to the Muslim community. Avantika Chilkoti joins us now. She's an international correspondent for The Economist and host of the Modi Raj podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. So what does it mean? What does it mean that that the Prime Minister underperformed by so much, or that his party did, I should say?
You have to see this vote as a referendum on Modi. If you've been in India recently, which I have for the podcast, his face is everywhere. It's on every billboard in every city. If you're a poor person in India, you've been receiving welfare, you've been receiving handouts, sacks of grain, say, with the Prime Minister's name on it. The BJP put him at the center of the campaign. The BJP manifesto, his party's manifesto, was called Modi's Guarantee. So the fact that the BJP is back in power, looks like it's going to be back in power, but is actually now without a majority, relying on coalition allies, it's really something of a humbling for Narendra Modi himself.
And Avantika, will Modi then have to recalibrate the way he governs and that style? And does he have the capacity or the skills to do that?
Yeah, it's a great question, because Narendra Modi, since he actually entered politics in 2002, electoral politics, he has always worked with a very strong majority. His entire style, his entire personality is about centralized control. It's a very strong man style. I can't think of a recent example of this Prime Minister having had to make some sort of compromise. It's a very different sort of politics. And here he's going to be working in a coalition for the first time. And the coalition partners, it looks like he's going to be working with, they are small parties and they are highly unreliable. These are parties that have switched sides again and again. It's going to require a different kind of political skill. What I will say is that Modi has reinvented himself time and again. So we shouldn't rule out him reinventing himself here and managing that political task. You know, 2002, after the Gujarat riots, those bloody anti-Muslim, the pogrom essentially in Gujarat, when he was the leader, at that time he was seen as Emperor of Hindu hearts. And then he remade himself as sort of the CEO, the pro-business CEO. So now we're waiting to see, will he reinvent himself as some sort of, coalition building politician? It's possible.
And what will, if he's reinventing himself, what's the issue set in front of him? What challenges does India face that he's got to now wrestle with this new arrangement?
So Modi has always had this two-part offering for India. On one hand, he's offering economic reform. This is a country that is currently growing, they say, by 8%. By all sensible estimates, it's the fastest growing big economy in the world. People there are aspirational. People want to see growth. They want to see development. However, Modi has not delivered jobs. By some recent estimates, youth unemployment is 45%. There's absolutely no way you can have a sensible economic program without creating jobs. On the other hand, Modi's second offering is this dangerous, divisive, strident Hindu nationalism. And what we've seen in this election is, that hasn't delivered the votes he was expecting. In the Hindi heartland and north of the country where that normally works, it hasn't worked. So what's he going to do? Is he going to step it up, or is he going to pare it back? These are the two things he's going to struggle with.
And then quickly, before I let you go, what does this mean for U.S. relations with India?
I'll be honest with you, I think absolutely nothing. At the moment, India is in a geopolitical sweet spot. It's a counterweight to China. We've seen this last year with the accusations of assassinations on Canadian soil, with sort of India's palling up to Russia. I can't see what it would take for India not to be a natural ally to the West right now.
Avantika Chilkoti, thank you so much for being with us with The Economist. Thanks again.
Thank you.